And I remember Vision when it first came onto the scene back in 1998. So I thought, this is a nonprofit organization. I'll be able to find out a little bit more about the county. I'll start part-time, and I could still do my own business. So I applied for the job, and the job has grown immensely since I first started back in 2007. Vision started in 1998 with the idea of bringing the entire community together to actually write a strategic plan for our county. Where do we as a county want to be in 10, 20 years from now? Once the strategic plan was written in the areas of economic development, education, quality of life, infrastructure, healthcare, every person in the community was asked to take an area of that strategic plan and adopt it as their own and run with it. So what we're doing right now, we have all these groups out in the community doing some great things to improve our community, and our job as Vision is to build the capacity of those groups. So some of the examples that we have, what we do, our job is to teach these groups to fish. We don't do the work for them, but we bring the resources to them so we make their job easier. So some examples in the art field. There's a group called the Block of Art. And the Block of Art is a group of artists. They're a group of downtown Pottsville business people. They were just a group of volunteers who really loved the arts in our county. And they wanted to create an art event in downtown Pottsville. They were doing a wonderful job, but they just weren't getting the word out the way they wanted to get it out. So they approached Vision. And over the past 3 years, the event has grown to a 3-day event, attracting thousands of people to downtown Pottsville. We work with the Block of Art to help them obtain funding through the Pennsylvania Council of the Arts for strategic planning. And they've developed an art model for an art event that can be taken from community to community throughout our county to increase the economic development in their downtowns. On the health side, we work with a group called the Interfaith Health Network, and that's a group of 40 congregations throughout the county who've come together to address the socioeconomic factors of healthcare. There are many things that affect healthcare, but they address the socioeconomic factors. And we're also working with that group to develop a Schuylkill County VOAD, which is the Volunteer Organizations Active in Disaster. That's a partnership with the Schuylkill County Emergency Management, the Citizen Corps, the Department of Health, and the Red Cross. And we work to actually prepare people for disasters, to actually be able to mobilize people during a disaster, and actually help people after a disaster occurs in the community. But that's working on the grassroots level through local congregations to make that effective. The Mental Health Committee has been working with bullying programs throughout our school systems. We're working with parenting programs to actually help parents address issues that may be very difficult to talk to their children about. On the environment side, we have conservation summits where we bring in conservation groups together. And this year we had conservation groups that came together with students. We're putting a whole directory together so students who want to get involved in making their community greener or their little patch of their community greener have resources that are available to them. We're working with the little community of Gordon to actually develop their own visioning process. So they're working on their own visioning plan. And we're also working on a group called SCORE with Economic Development, which is going to act as a mentor for entrepreneurs.